So many folks here at Bridgewater Retirement Community have always loved and done a great job taking care of our residents, but we always felt like we could do better. Our days were always dictated by routines that we set and not our residents. I left every day feeling like I could have done more. We have really worked together as a team to figure out how we can give choices and independence back to our residents and allow them to take control of their days. Traditionally, we had units and floors. Now, when you come to our Huffman Health Center, you'll be welcomed into one of our 6 households. Each of our households has a unique name, and you're welcomed in, and you will immediately see that each household has its own personality.
We have 6 households here, and I work in the Serenity household, and being there and making it more of a living environment for them and more of a house environment. We have our living space, we watch movies together, we'll eat popcorn together, they all eat together like you would as a family. Something different about our households here at Bridgewater Retirement Community is the residents can sleep in if they want. Some of them like to sleep in on a Saturday, some of them like to sleep in on a Tuesday. Whenever they do decide to come to breakfast, it's ready, it's hot, and it's prepared. I'll just make sure that they get their hot breakfast and their hot coffee and their juice. Some of the residents know that we're gonna go on a walk, or I'm gonna do their nails and do their hair, and we talk about the day and what they're gonna do, if family's gonna come visit them, or what we're gonna do activity-wise. Sometimes we bake together, sometimes I will do their hair, their makeup, we'll go outside. It's just really exciting, and it brings a lot of happiness to me. It's not a job, it's a daily thing that I absolutely love.
I think there was a genuine need throughout, globally, there's a genuine need to make long-term care communities less institutionalized. We want this to truly be their home.
In our traditional model, everything was set up for efficiency of the nursing team. Residents were not considered when we made those original buildings. The only space they had to go was out in the hallways or in front of the nurses' station. Ultimately, it did take a lot of creative minds coming together and working with our architects to try and design a space where we can bring home back to our residents, and we feel like we have achieved this. When you walk through our front door, you will see our residents have a living room and a dining room, and there is no large nursing station, but residents have spaces to be able to come together, enjoy activities, and they even have access to the outdoors like they never did before.
It's been an amazing journey coming from the institutional setting where I was responsible for 54 residents. My whole day was focused on clinical. I did nothing but clinical. Care plans, talking with physicians, not a lot of resident-centered care at all. And in this model, it's been amazing. I have the opportunity to do things that I've never experienced before. I have the opportunity to do a hymn sing. I have the opportunity to go on an outing. I have an opportunity really just to sit and have one-on-one time with the residents and their families.
Bridgewater Retirement Community is a 5-star staffed community. We have 1 CNA to around 7 residents. And we consider that exceptional, and that's both on days and on evenings. We pride ourselves in the fact that our resident to CNA ratios really do provide optimal care for everyone.
Jewel and I were in a retirement community in another state, and the time came when Jewel needed nursing care. The household model is a model that I was really impressed with. There was a lot of very positive interaction, first name basis between the personnel and the residents. There wasn't like, I'm a professional and you're a resident. There wasn't that separation. I appreciated the precept on the wall in Unity House, which stated, our residents do not live in our workplace. We work in their home. And it's an attitude that is carried out. And we experienced that after we moved here then.
I think the beautiful thing about having households is our smaller number and the fact that we truly do come together as a family. So when I have different activities, it's not just me doing an activity with our residents. It's our entire team gets involved. A big advantage to having the household model for our residents is they get to drive their day. You know, they're not on our schedule, we're on theirs.
So 2 years before we even opened the doors to our first household, we started training all of our team members on what our new culture, what we were hoping our new culture would be.
Our vision is resident-centered. It's about their day, and what they want to do in their day is what we work on doing. And every day's different, which is the fun part.
Our model really promotes collaboration and teamwork, and it allows each individual to have a part of the decision making for our residents and what's best for them. Our residents don't just see a CNA as a CNA, they see them as a valued team member along with the homemaker and our household coordinators and clinical coordinators. It truly is a team.
In our traditional nursing home, when we would provide activities for residents, again, it was just the schedule of the day. It was how many people we could get into our dining room. We could pack residents in there, and so much of the day was spent getting residents into that dining room, setting the room up, tearing it down, time that could have been spent getting to know our residents. Now in our households, residents have the ability to have a voice in what they want to do.
The household model has been unique in the fact that when you come in, you're not doing the same duties and responsibilities each and every day. Sometimes they're on outings, sometimes they're working as a homemaker and they're serving meals. There's a variety of things that they have the opportunity to do in the household model.
One of my favorite examples is we had a resident who, before moving into households, needed help with everything he did, needed help walking, needed help with all of his meals. After spending a few weeks in his new household, this resident started to feel more comfortable. He started to feel less overwhelmed with his surroundings, more like he was at home, and he actually had some of his abilities come back to him. We saw this resident start to feed himself. We saw this resident start to walk independently. I attribute those things to him feeling like he was more at home.
I feel like I have a calling to Bridgewater to help with the residents. I would want someone to love and care for my mom the way that I do the residents here at Bridgewater.